Welcome to Keto Meals and Recipes.com. For all of us who need or want a dairy-free butter, today I'm going to show you how to make a really tasty homemade and very easy keto vegan butter. In this video, I will also explain the nutritional benefits of each of the ingredients and a little bit about how they're made. So please do watch the entire video to get all the information. And if you have any questions about this video or have any helpful comments to contribute, please leave your comment in the description below. I have to assure you this dairy-free butter is one of the easiest recipes to make and it's virtually foolproof. Now let me describe the taste. It's not exactly like a dairy butter, of course, but it has a very nice mouthfeel. My family thinks it tastes like a really good quality salty margarine, which I admit we did use in the bad old days. That's before we began to use keto and while we were still on the SAD diet. You might also like to know that this dairy-free vegan butter can be used exactly like a dairy butter. And later on in the video, I'll show you a few of the uses that I put this butter to. And one last thing before we get started is, please check out the end links because I will be providing other vegan suggestions that you might be interested in. Now, the macronutrient ratio for my easy vegan butter is an astonishing 168.5 to 1. You have to agree, this is an absolutely amazing fat bomb all by itself. Also, there's only 0.1 gram of total and net carbs since there's no fiber in this recipe. Now let's begin and make the keto vegan butter. The first thing you should do is melt the processed coconut oil. Processed coconut oil is also known as refined coconut oil. Do this on low heat on your stovetop. It's really important to use refined and not virgin or extra virgin coconut oil for this recipe. That's because if you use virgin, cold pressed, or extra virgin coconut oil, your butter will taste very coconutty. And that's not exactly the flavor profile I'm after with this dairy-free vegan butter. Yes, we do lose some nutritional benefits with refined coconut oil, but the final taste is also important to consider, and that's why we're using it. The reason that the coconut oil does not have a coconut taste is because refined coconut oil is dry milled, meaning the raw coconuts have been baked prior to the oil being extracted. Once extracted, the coconut oil is bleached, that is to kill the microbes. Bleaching involves a process by which the oil is passed through a filtration system and not by the use of chemicals. The result is a clear, mild-tasting oil which is perfect for people who don't like the taste of coconut oil. But when using refined coconut oil, I do want to caution you about a couple things. First of all, some cheaper refined coconut oil have added partially hydrogenated fats, which is a type of trans fat that is especially bad for your health. If you do use refined coconut oil, read the label to ensure that your product only uses pure coconut oil with no other additives, like this one that I'm using in this recipe. After you've melted the coconut oil, set it aside and let it get to room temperature. And in the meanwhile, for ease of demonstration, in this video I will be mixing all the ingredients in a mixing bowl, but when I'm not videoing and making it just for myself, I put the ingredients directly into my blender. Now for the next step. To a separate mixing bowl or measuring cup, pour the almond milk. I would like to mention that if you don't want to use almond milk, you could also use soy milk. Or another really good alternative is to use cashew milk, which also has a really nice light taste. But do not use a strong flavored milk such as coconut milk because, like virgin coconut oil, it will flavor your butter. And then add your apple cider vinegar with mother. Stir the two ingredients very well and then set it aside for about 15 minutes. This will allow the almond milk to curdle slightly and form a buttermilk consistency. Here's a bit of information that you might find interesting about apple cider vinegar. To make apple cider vinegar with mother, first the manufacturer exposes crushed apples to a certain type of yeast, which ferments the natural sugars in the apples and then turns the sugars into alcohol. Next, they add the bacteria to further ferment the alcohol, which turns it into acetic acid, which is the main active component of vinegar. Acetic acid gives the vinegar its strong sour smell and flavor, because apple cider vinegar has a 5 to 6% acetic acid content. Researchers believe that this acid is responsible for the apple cider vinegar's health benefits. Also, organic, unfiltered apple cider vinegar also contains a substance called mother, Mother is made of strands of protein, enzymes, and friendly bacteria that give this apple cider vinegar a slightly cloudy appearance. Some people believe that it's the mother that is responsible for most of the health benefits, although there are no current studies that truly support this claim. So now into my mixing bowl, pour the melted coconut oil. The next thing we're going to do is add the olive oil. And olive oil is an antioxidant. The antioxidant in olive oil may help protect your body from cellular damage that can lead to a range of health conditions and some diseases. And the other benefit is that the main healthy fat in olive oil is a monounsaturated fatty acid referred to as a MUFA. After adding the olive oil, add an equal amount of avocado oil. And avocado oil is extracted from the pulp of the avocado fruit. And avocado oil is available as a refined or unrefined oil. Like olive oil, avocado oil is also very high in antioxidants, and it also promotes skin health and boosts the absorption of nutrients. And avocado oil has a higher smoke point than olive oil, and therefore is better suited for high temperature cooking. And now toss in the finely ground salt. Now the second last ingredient that we're going to add is nutritional yeast. And when you're getting your nutritional yeast, make sure that your nutritional yeast, like the one that I'm using here, is dairy-free and gluten-free. Always read the label. And the good thing about nutritional yeast is that it can be a useful supplement for people who have food allergies or sensitivities, as well as those on restricted diets. Now here's something that you should look for if you're vegan or vegetarian. Make sure that your nutritional yeast also contains vitamin B3, potassium, calcium, and iron. Some manufacturers also add vitamin B12 to their nutritional yeast, so check the label to see if yours does. Vitamin B12 is quite important because a deficiency of vitamin B12 can lead to weakness and feeling of fatigue. And when you do take vitamin B12, it really boosts your energy level. Now for the last ingredient, which is my sunflower lecithin. If you're worried, you may not realize that lecithin is a substance naturally found in the tissues of your body. Lecithin is made of fatty acids and is used in a variety of commercial and medical uses. Lecithin powder and lecithin supplements are usually made from sunflower seeds, eggs, or soybean. So if you're vegan or concerned and don't want to use soybean, please check the label. I prefer to use sunflower lecithin even though it's not as common, especially because as much as possible I try to choose ingredients and foods that are non-GMO. Here's an interesting bit of information for you. One of the well-known benefits of lecithin is its ability to lower cholesterol naturally. And for our purposes in this recipe, the sunflower lecithin is a really good emulsifier, which means it's an ingredient that helps all the other ingredients to mix more easily and to remain mixed together. Give this a quick stir. After you've stirred all your oils and other ingredients, combine the 2 bowls of ingredients together. Then pour everything into your blender if you have been using a bowl up to this point. Put the lid on your blender and blend at very high speed for 2 to 3 minutes. Blending for this amount of time is really important because you do want to emulsify all the ingredients. And to make the butter, the very last thing you have to do is pour the emulsified liquid into your mold or into a glass container like I'm doing here. If you're using a glass container, make sure that it has a really good airtight lid that you can snap on. And then put it into the refrigerator for about 2 or 3 hours until it becomes nice and solid. That's all there is to making this great vegan butter. You might be interested to know that this vegan butter will stay well in your refrigerator for about 2 to 3 weeks. But if you know that you're not going to use up all your vegan butter in the 2 or 3 weeks, remove the quantity that you're not going to be using, put it in an airtight container, and place it in your freezer. It will keep for several months, and I've had it in there for 3 months and it was just perfect. Now here's some ways that I use this vegan butter. As I showed you with my Keto Falafel Flatbread, I use this tasty butter as a spread all on its own. It's really good. I also use it just like any butter, like I did when I was making my open-faced sandwiches. By the way, if you haven't seen my Keto Falafel Flatbread video, I will provide a link in the description below. I use the keto vegan butter to saute my vegetables, such as my mini bell peppers or capsicum and my mushrooms. This vegan butter goes really well with all kinds of vegetables. And as always, the link for the printable recipe with all the ingredient quantities as well as the directions, will be provided in the description below. I hope that you will like and give my easy keto vegan butter a try. If you found this video useful to you and you're new to my channel, please subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and please recommend the channel to someone that you know. Most of all, do come back and check out the next video when it's posted. Have a wonderful day and stay healthy.